Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Financial Fix with Charnella. Today, I am here with Jason Malone. Jason's mother actually he was the inspiration behind a youth program in Detroit called Midnight Falls, and now the name has expanded to college, career, and beyond.
Correct.
So again, he was the inspiration because he went through a program where there's similar to this.
No, just my experiences.
Oh, just your experience.
Yeah.
And then his mom was the actual founder of this program. So we're here with Jason. He's going to give us a tour of this beautiful facility. And I can't wait to get started. So we're up, Jason. We got a minute to tell.
My name's Jason Malone. 25 years ago, I had an idea to utilize golf. And I saw what golf was doing in my personal life. And I wanted to show other kids from the inner city that there was more to life than what they saw on a consistent basis. I graduated from UT Jesuit High School. There was a combination of points UT, me playing golf in the grown up where I grew up in the city of Detroit, thankful and living out here. That gave me the instant aspirations to do a program that could be modeled and show other young people that were coming up in the city that there's more life than we typically see on this system.
Exactly. Yeah, good. And I wearing a t-shirt that my daughter and I designed, and it says "Never Give Up," because that is the inspiration that I want to give to the youth, no matter what their circumstances are, because we're beyond those. So we're going to hear more from you.
Yeah, so 2.5 years ago, we started down the path of renovating this facility. This is our new home. We're located at 7441 2nd Avenue here in Detroit, Michigan, the Lincoln Center area. This building was donated to us by a previous board chair at a value of $4.5 million. We just went through a 2.5 year renovation. You can see everything in the facility is new. We enjoyed. We were able to come into the building this past February, so this God knew us still. We underwent a $8 million renovation. This was originally the old PBS headquarters. It used to be we used to have a broadcasting center. After PBS had it, went to Fox, and then Fox moved to Southfield, sat building for another year, and that was our home. It's built, designed specifically for us. So on a regular basis, the way the program works, we are a 30-week, 9-month after-school program where we utilize golf as a vehicle to teach any and everything under the sun pertaining to being successful to the young people that we serve on a consistent basis. We have 2 cohorts, a Monday, Wednesday cohort, Tuesday, Thursday cohort. Kids from more than 70 high schools across Southeastern Michigan come to the facility. And we service more than 70 high schools, far west of Brownstown, or down Rivers, Brownstown. We have kids in Ann Arbor that come in Macomb Township. So kids are vying to be a part of something that can help them better themselves. We average over 2,000 applications to what it was.
Okay.
So it's hard to get into our program than it is to get to Harvard University. And what we provide to these young people is this life altering. And not me saying it's the young people, they're coming. So the last 25 years, we're going to start to make it through this year.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So the way the program works, we meet 5:30 to 8:30. The Monday, Wednesday cohort meets every Monday, Wednesday. The Tuesday, Thursday, same time frame. So the kids come in through this entryway here. This door lifts up, and because it's shut now because we don't have the entry, but this door lifts up, and it's open. Kids come in. Once they come in, one to it with just like we're starting. Yes.
Okay. So this is how kids.
So when kids come to the program, they park in the parking lot. We have another parking lot across the street that they utilize. They come, they park, they come in, they enter through these doors. So when they enter, they sign in.
And then
We have a science system here. They put their belongings in the locker. They have a locker dedicated to kid cheer for two students. They enter into the program as we provide life skills on a consistent basis from any and everything under the sun pertaining to the importance of handwritten thank you notes, to financial literacy, to dinner etiquette, to how to negotiate, you name it, our young people are getting, because what we've learned over the last 25 years is that students aren't getting what they would typically get from school many, many years ago. And so we provide that gap in the wraparound services that many of our young people are needing in today's world.
And that's what drew me to your program is financial literacy, because, I wrote a book and it's about financial literacy. And so I think that it's important that even though some schools are starting to introduce financial literacy in the schools, I think that it needs to be reinforced over and over again. It's not something that you can have a single conversation and think that the kids are going to get it. It's something that really has to be taught and ingrained in them.
Yeah. And it's one of the things that, in addition to financial literacy, understanding the importance of credit, understanding, the importance of the stock market. We play a stock market game where the kids for a week, they invest in stocks and they monitor the stocks throughout the week. How to negotiate, personal health, mental health. These are things that, when I was growing up, it was not prevalent, but now, given that the difficulties that many young people face, these are things that we know work and that can benefit young people in a way that we never could have imagined. You got kids raising kids in many instances. So that's what happens here. As you can see, we have a number of seating arrangements where the students come in. We'll have a presenter. This is the stage here. We'll have a presenter.
Okay. You could say.
Yeah. And I'll talk about the golf ball walls shortly, but the way that the program works, the presenter comes and he or she will present about the topic for the day. And that typically goes about 45 minutes. And then once that's done, we break and then we feed our students. And so you guys can follow me. Okay. There's some studies that have been done that talk about the importance of when you break bread at a table, at a dinner table, what that does. And so in theory, after school programs have snacks, but families have dinners. So to our young people, we become their family over the course of 30 weeks. And so we feed our young people full meals. We have a full warming kitchen and system.
Okay.
And this program wouldn't work without the support of our mentors. We have 60 different mentors from all walks of life, Black, white, old, young, rich, poor, that come and donate their time because they understand, you understand. And that is the importance of giving back, but not only giving back, making sure that young people get the proper things they need to be successful, not only in school, but in life. So here we have 60 different mentors, and the mentors serve students. Okay. So they come in, we got the food caterer who comes and does our food for us. She's a graduate of the program from 2008. Her and her husband have a catering business. Our average food bill roughly is around $85,000 a year. So we're not feeding kids,
hot dogs.
No, this isn't that. They're getting healthy foods. They're getting the protein, they're getting starch, they're getting the vegetable. And it's made with love, and it's made from someone.
In the program.
Listen, so we are big proponents of supporting those who understand the word goodly, right? So we have young people, case in point, proud to say, a third of our mentors this year have graduated from this program, and it's growing. Last year's graduated class, third worker kids have graduated, young people have graduated from this program. Yeah, so they understand the importance. We instill that in our young people. And that's grown even more. We'll have more young people that graduate from this program that are at the age where they can become a mentor and contribute to the success of our.
Oh,
So we feel we have a full army kitchen back here. This space was not only, there was a lot of thought that went into the direction of our organization. In our 25 years, we've impacted more than 3,000 kids across Metro Detroit, and currently have attended 166 colleges in the country, throughout the country. So we got kids at Pepperdine, we had kids at Harvard, we had kids at Stanford. We've got kids across the entire country from Metro Detroit, and that have benefited from our program and that are going extremely well.
that's just
Yeah, it's a really super thing that my mom and I and our whole team were really proud of.
okay.
So once the kids are done eating, I'll continue with how the program works. There's two components for the high school programmatic piece of what we do, and that is obviously golf. Golf plays a huge role in it in ways that aren't necessarily tangible that you can't. But the game of golf parallels to life. There's so many different valuable lessons that, unlike a team sport, it's all about you. So if you don't get up and you don't make it happen, then you won't get the results that you're looking to achieve and you're looking for. And so golf does that. If you make a mistake, you have to recover from that mistake, from a shot or anything that you do in life. So there's a lot of parallels in life and golf that we relate to our young people, and they pick up on it right away after they learn the game and they understand the game. And not only do they appreciate it, they really take advantage of learning the game and understanding what the game means, because they're having fun and never played it before. They're doing something that they've never been exposed to. The whole goal of this program is exposure.
Exactly.
And we do our best to expose our young people. Listening to this way.
Yeah, exposure is extremely important.
Yeah, my mom growing up, my mom knew nothing about golf. My mom, as I mentioned, was a social worker with the state of Michigan for 30 plus years. And my mom, there was a golf clinic that came to my grade school, and my mom forced me to be in this clinic. My mom don't want to do this. She's like, no, it's not about what you want to do. You're gonna. So she put me in it in the 4th grade, and I hated it because none of my friends played. And I was just I didn't understand, why am I doing something that my peers aren't doing. I didn't understand it as a young kid. And fast forward, as I attended U of D high school, it was U of D that really gave me the outlook on this is more important, and there needs to be something done about what you're experiencing and what you're seeing. How is it that I can drive 5 minutes away from, to school every day, and I get to school and the relationships and the people didn't necessarily look or talk like me. And their conversations were different, but golf became that factor that allowed me to understand their world a little bit. And then I would drive 5 minutes away back to to home. And the kids at UD had no idea what I was experiencing and what the kids, my peers in my neighborhood, because, you've grown up in poverty, you're happy to have the things that you do have.
Exactly.
And it wasn't that, we were poor. My mom worked, 2, sometimes 3 jobs until my junior year in college. I graduated from Loyola University, Chicago. And it was that determination, that hard work. I could have easily went down the wrong path, but I saw how hard my mom worked, and my grandmother and my great aunt who helped raise me. I saw their dedication. And I don't want to let them down. And so, I really just said, you know what, let's just buckle down, focus on what we have in front of us as an opportunity. Although I was young, I picked up on things very fast. And I said, I saw what was going on. I saw what was happening. And I said, we're going to focus on this golf thing. And I got good at it. And I got to the point where it really began to make an impact on my life and the lessons that I was learning at the high school. And I just said, hey, you should start this program. I was at a national tournament in Florida my senior year, and I was the number one minority golfer coming out of the state of Michigan in 2000, and played a tournament that was sponsored by the PGA of America and Disney World.
Okay.
And they took other minority golfers from each state, and we competed against each other. And the goal was to raise awareness about minorities in golf.
Okay.
But more importantly, show that, we have the capacity and the ability to play this game as well. Obviously, with Tiger Woods being who he was at the forefront of the sport. And so we're at this tournament, and I'm playing, and there's a gentleman that's walking with my mom, and my mom's walking with me, and next thing I know, he's got his hand around my mom, is talking to her, and I'm like, whoa. My dad was still in a car accident when I was 12, so like, I'm very, very, very protective of my mom. I'm like, so I threw my whole mind off, but it turns out the gentleman was over diversity and inclusion for the PGA of America. Okay. And my mom, being the very firecracker that she is, she goes, we want to start a golf program in Detroit, and you're going to help us.
Wow.
And so he's like, lady, I'm just trying to take you out on a date. I'm not, but if you're passionate about golf, as it seems that you and your son are, let's have a conversation. Okay. So that was our introduction to the PGA, and the PGA of America, particularly the Michigan section, have been with us since our inception.
Wow.
They gave us our first seed money, first major grant in 2004 of $100,000 to really develop a program.
Okay.
My mom borrowed from her 401k, and some friends helped support her do it. And then from there, it just took off. We started with 17 kids from the Jeffries Housing Project, or don't quote me, I want to say it was from one of the local housing. Okay. So I'm not sure if it was Jeffries or not.
Right.
The housing project.
Wow, that is.
My mom went door to door in those projects because she was working on a program with her normal stay in Michigan. And she recruited kids, and people came to the door, and they're like, "Lady, get off our porch. You don't know us." Like,
they didn't understand the opportunity that they were getting.
They didn't, but how she got them was through food. Food was because
the lack of
food. So for the reason why we feed our kids and we become family is because these are the only meals that a lot of our students get during the course of the day. They don't have they don't have the opportunity to eat on a consistent basis. Some of them do, a lot of them do, but there's also a lot of them that don't. So, and that's been at the core of what we do and how we do it for a number of years now.
Okay.
Before I continue about the program and how the program works, we are standing in our college success area. This area here, in 24, we applied for a grant through Republic Services, which is a equivalent to a Waste Management. They're a Fortune 100 company. Republic Services has a national neighborhood grant in the communities in which they operate. We do the trash delivery and trash services. And out of hundreds of organizations that applied, they hand selected a few organizations. We were one that was selected. And so we're a National Neighborhood Award winner for Republic Services, and they donated $250,000 for that. So this is our college success area, the Republic Services College Success Area. We're waiting for our sign, got some signage. Okay. Because everything is still new, we're still waiting on a lot of things. So
right, but I still see the words. And the success starts here. So
straight
ahead.
What you see, you become.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's very obvious that we've had some real success here in a place, particularly during a time that people got rid of Detroit. Detroit was not coming back. So we've proven that there is talent here. We've proven that not only is there talent here, we know how to access the talent. Mm-hmm. And so this is that area. So when we have, young people that are home from school,
from
college, college, when they come home from college, they come here, and, we've had a bunch of young people this summer that have internships, that are taking courses. They now have a place because it may not be in there, at home. They may not have the proper internet connection. Mm-hmm. You can't do do your job or do, schoolwork on your phones,
Right. Exactly.
Wi-Fi.
So you're supporting them not just in high school, but all the way through college.
Yeah, so the program starts, and I'll explain that, when we get upstairs.
Okay.
The way that it works is, we get them their senior year in high school. We make sure they get to and through college.
Okay.
The national graduation rate is lower than 60%, in the country for kids getting to college and graduating. Our graduation rate is closer to 75%. It's higher than the national average.
That's very.
98% of the young people that come through this program end up getting accepted into a college or university.
Mhm.
The other 2%, armed services. Right. So that, or they decide they want to go into a trade. And so,
Okay.
these are the things that, we are instilling in our kids. Not only are we instilling that in them, we're also providing a space that allows them to be comfortable. We have a mentors lounge over here that they have snacks. It's also a recruitment area. So we partner with, currently we have 10 partner schools, Eastern Michigan, Michigan State, Delaware State, Claflin University, just to name a few. And these institutions understand what we represent, what we bring to the table. They know that, a young person that's coming through our program is going to be well equipped. They're going to be gritty. We don't take young people off their GPAs in this program. It's how bad do you want it? What type of brick do you have? And how bad do you want to be successful?
Exactly.
Right? Regardless of your circumstances, no one's talking about your circumstances, but if you really want it, are you willing to learn what we're going to provide to you over the course of 9 months? And so, we see that is, so we don't look at GPA. And so they know, these institutions, they know that our ability to pick talent, but foster the talent, develop the talent, is something that is monumental. And so, these schools, case in point, Delaware State has a scholarship, Midnight Golf Program scholarship.
Wow. Designed.
Yeah,
for
it's designed for our students.
Oh, that's.
Yeah. So, tuition paid, and they know that kids want to come. So we currently have over 30 young people at Delaware State right now. With
That is-
new relationship we're fostering. So when the schools come, these intimate rooms here, it can be utilized in a number of different ways. We can come down, we can work. We don't want to be behind our desk. We can come down here in a different, breath of air, but it's designed for when the college counselors come in town, they have a place where they can sit and they can interview our young people and have candid conversations about where they're at in their academic process and what the school means to them. It's kind of like a recruitment space.
Wow.
Also. So yeah. I didn't talk about our legacy wall. I'll tell you a little bit about this here.
Okay.
So behind you, this wall here, we can go back in this room and then I will finish.
Okay.
We are in a 5-year, $35 million sustainability campaign. We just kicked it off last month. And to make sure that we are sustainable and this work, the work that we do, will be here for another 25 years.
Okay.
This building provides that. It provides us the fuel, the access, and the as I show you, I think you'll be really impressed. It provides all the tools and necessary tools for kids to be successful across Metro Detroit. It's centrally located. This wall is it's a pillar of how we are going to raise money to be sustainable. So you're familiar with how folks do brick. You got your brick, you put your name on the brick, you're trying to raise some money for
Yes.
a particular thing.
Mhm.
A lot of people do the bricks, put your name on the brick for X amount of dollars. Well, ours is a golf ball.
Okay.
And so the concept behind that was, as the development director for the organization, I'm like, look, we know way too well that it's a lot of grandparents and there's a lot of people that are raising these young people. It truly does take a village to raise a child. And so in that, we've got young, we got parents and people that can't afford hundreds of thousands of dollars. They may not have the means for that, but for $200, you can get a ball, and that your name will be, recognized on the TV screens that you saw when you first came in.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be broadcasted on both of our monitors as they roll throughout the day, and all of our marketing publications. We want to highlight and recognize the young people. So the golf ball ranges, the white balls are 200. I think teal balls are 400. The blue balls are 6, and the golden yellow balls are $800. And so, families can contribute, friends, networks, people. It's just an entryway point to get people to get back to the work that we've been committed to for these past 25 years. So just a really cool way. It's a great feature point, but it's also it's a cool way to raise money for the organization so that we can be here for them.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So as I mentioned to you, we have back to the programming of this computer lab there. Back to the programming of how this works. And I'll explain the name change and why we had the name change. You'll get all of that.
Okay.
The Midnight Golf program is the original, is the impetus. It's the gateway. It's the access of the work that we do. So you access us by going through the Midnight Golf program, the 30-week high school program.
Okay.
The way that works, after the presenter's done talking, we feed them. There's a 2-pronged component to it. Obviously, one is golf. The other piece would be which we call tea time. And it's a double play on the word tea time, golf tea time, but also when women in London would have tea and have discussion about what's going on in life and the ability to talk about everything that they got going on. So we have classrooms, this session here. So half the groups, if you can imagine, you have the 2 cohorts. So on Monday, Wednesday, once the presenter's done and they're done eating, half the group comes to tea time.
Okay.
We have 5 classrooms, as you can see here. The beauty of this program is that we have the ability to provide peer-to-peer mentoring to the young people. So the mentors, they, ask the questions, and the questions come from, it's a carryover from what the presenter discussed for the day. Okay. And it's a more intimate conversation. We're allowing the young people, they guide the conversation. We just ask the question.
And see, that make sure then that what the presenter spoke about is actually sinking in.
Absolutely. So you mentioned financial literacy. So, if someone comes in and they talk about, the importance of credit, the questions are geared towards, credit and why credit is important. And then we make it more personal, how can credit affect you? So, kids get to talking about how their parents may utilize their credit to get bills in their name and so on and so forth. And, I couldn't get such and such turned on because my mom's credit or my dad's credit, it's bad. We had to call, they had to utilize. So how does that, what do you think that effect can have on you? So we take it a step further in the conversations in the tea time. And what makes it so unique is that you may have a young person that'll attend the U of D or Cranbrook or a Country Day in the same role as someone that attends Persian or Mumford or Denby, right? Or Farmington, right? Kids from all, and so they're allowing themselves as they get to know each other,
right?
That guard begins to be let down, and they're allowed to be kids. They're 17-year-old kids. And a lot of people tend to think that, oh, you're 17, you know where you're going to school, you don't know. There's the adults that don't know.
Exactly.
Right? 40, 50-year-old people in this world that don't have a clue about what they're doing. So, we call it the forgotten era, the forgotten age demographic. And so we make sure that, you might not be able to go to a University of Michigan or Michigan State. Well, Michigan State, we have the most students at currently.
Okay.
Where we feed a lot of kids from Detroit and our program specifically to Michigan State, as well as University of Michigan. But at the same time, that may not be the fit for you. So we do our job, our college success coaches and team they make sure to help find the right fit for these young people as they get to know who they are, they understand their circumstances. So all that takes place here.
That's a huge amount of support. You don't get that one in high school.
You're not getting that from a lot of, that's why we
And parents, yeah.
and we're a very unique institution. And as you can see throughout here, we got our mission and our vision of our organization plastered. These kids, when they come in, they know, this is what you are, you're expected to. So, we know that you've got white ball. We got white ball on it too.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to help you. A lot of the mentors, they're not getting paid to be here.
Right.
They're here because they choose to be here.
Right.
So that takes place here.
Mm-hmm.
Half in the group is in the tea time section.
Mm-hmm.
Other half of the group, of the cohort, is learning golf. This is our donor wall. So Republic Services, you'll see shortly in our basement, PGA of America, and donors, high-end donors that believe in our mission,
Okay.
that have committed to, the work that we do. Their names will go on our donor wall here. But while the group is in tea time, the other group is getting lessons from the PGA of America, the Michigan section. We have 9 pros that come every day.
Okay.
There's 4 days that we operate. This used to be the freight elevator for the old building. Now they tore the freight elevator out and built the stairway.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids come down here and they're learning golf. Golf at the highest level that they can learn at. So,
this is amazing.
Yeah, we definitely are a college success program.
Mm-hmm.
We are a very unique college success program because we utilize golf in a way that is not being utilized nowhere else in the country. In the way that we do it, we're the only program like this in the United States of America. PGA of America, similar to Republic Services, they gave us their national grant in 24 as well. They contributed to this at $250,000 as well. So you have 4 simulators, chipping area, putting, full swing, but this also the facility, like as I was saying upstairs, individuals, the folks that put this and designed this building for us, our team and our construction team, Cunningham Limp, this space can be utilized just not for us, because you got to think, if we're operating 30 weeks from 5:30 to 8:30,
right,
what happens in this space throughout the day?
Right.
So it also provides, the locale that we're in, the opportunity for businesses, for other organizations and nonprofits to utilize the space in a way to rent it out, and it can be it's a revenue generator for
that's
us.
wonderful.
So taking what you got in front of you and make it make money.
Exactly.
Is the thought. So we've had, the Michigan Bar Association, Teach for America, Enterprise, Chick-fil-A is a part. Companies locally are seeing what we have, and they're taking advantage of it, and they're utilizing the space. We're almost booked for August, completely booked for the month of August. And that's also going to be used as a generator, source of revenue funds for us. So this happens. This all takes place down here. This whole basement is designed to golf. From the light, the golf ball light.
Yeah.
And everything is state of the art. There's no, you walk, the lights come on.
Yeah.
This is, and as the kids are waiting for their lessons, one in each pro, they're able to sit down and they're able to network.
Comfortable. Can I have a seat? Check this out. Oh my goodness. Nothing but the best.
Yeah, for sure.
I like what it says over there. Stay the course.
So everything you do is
motivational.
What you see is what you become, right? And so we're motivating our kids, our young people, to be highly successful, to dream out loud, and to make the dreams come true. Be daydream. We're not teaching our kids to dream and wake up And,
Exactly.
so this is, in many ways, it's a dream come true for my mother, for myself. Um, and we want to continue that. So, there's a ton of opportunities, and we know that the monies that go, you unfortunately you hear and see a lot of organizations, the news for embezzling funds,
Well,
and yeah, we're not. This is us doing the work, and the money's going to the right source. Absolutely. So let's take the elevator up. Historic district of Detroit. We're not in a historic building, but this is an historic area. So a lot of things you're familiar with real estate, you're in a historic area. Certain things have to be up to code. But the floors that you see, the handrail, the windows, all are rigid to the building because the historic commission said that we can't replace it. So we had to upkeep it, we had to maintain it. We got 46 windows in this building, and all the windows had to be refurbished.
Yeah.
They said now replace them. So
now, can you tell us a little bit about this historic district? Because there's some viewers who may not understand some of the historic places and anything.
Yeah, so
Just briefly.
Yeah, so we're in the New Center area of Detroit. When General Motors moved from Flint, Michigan, where it was founded at, it moved literally 2 streets over from where we're located at. And this was the headquarters for General Motors for a number of years. In addition to that, just a very, this area is one of the first neighborhoods in Detroit. And so we're right off of Woodward Avenue, which is the very first road in the country. So it kind of gives you the backdrop of the location that we're at, the homes that are in the area, the buildings and the facade, all those things. In fact, there used to be a lot of buildings here that had gargoyles on the buildings. And when Detroit kind of went down, saw its down phase, a lot of businesses and companies from New York would come and purchase the gargoyles off the buildings and bring it to New York. So some of your favorite buildings in New York have Detroit artifacts all throughout. So yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's what that is here.
Arcos are kind of.
Yeah, it's just to keep the negative energy away and bad vibes away is what they were designed to do.
Okay.
But so the reason for the name change. So we shortly found out that the work that we've been doing, close to 10 years since our inception in 2001. My mom being a social worker and her, ability to engage young people and really hone in on what their needs and their issues are. We saw that golf is, again, just the gateway. It's the bait.
Yeah.
But young people are suffering in ways, particularly from this community, they're suffering in ways that, like any other urban area, but obviously it's near to our apartment because it's home. And so we saw that I was coming out of a luncheon in this community, funny enough, a restaurant here. She was coming out of a lunch and she hears her name. She's affectionately known by Miss Renee.
It's okay.
So, my mom is, all the kids, everyone calls my mom Miss Renee. So she's walking out the door of this restaurant and she hears Miss Renee, Miss Renee. But then she looks up, it's coming from the air, and it's a young man that's on the pole for DTE. He's fixing, he does something with the lights. Comes down, and I want to say his name was Darius. I was in school in Chicago at the time. I was living in Chicago at the time. And this, what are you doing down there? What are you doing here? And he goes, oh yeah, she's actually supposed to be in school. He got accepted into Georgia Tech University. Very hard institution to get accepted in. He finished his first year with 3.75 GPA, was strictly high at the test. He goes, yeah, I had to come back home because I didn't have $800 to get back down to school to finish my school. So I transferred to Wayne State, got a job, so I could help my family. Graduated, was doing well, but what
$800 per Venice town.
I'm graduating from Georgia Tech University, right? So
That's so
then
good.
kind of sparked the conversation of you have to think, what if that young man's possible? What could he have been if he would have finished in Georgia Tech? His life would have been a completely different trajectory. And so, that moment, we said we need to do more work in keeping kids in school, providing them, again, the wraparound services, whether it's, porters to do their laundry, whether it's plane tickets to get home if they travel, whether if it's, a couple dollars here and there to get some food.
Exactly.
We step in and we are that source of support that they need, that they may not necessarily
Exactly.
are able to get home. And so we decided to change our name. Our slogan for a very long time has been college, career, and beyond. The Midnight Golf Program, and then underneath that will be college, career, and beyond. And so we switched the slogan, and made that the name of the overarching program. So how I explain to folks is like this: we're in the Motor City. You got, General Motors. The General Motors is the parent company. Chevy is their largest company, their largest brand.
Right.
I mean, Cadillac is the most prestigious brand, right? And so for us, college, career, and beyond, it's the General Motors.
Okay.
The Midnight Golf Program, I've been explaining to you, our 30-week high school access program, that's our Chevy. We've created a program in recent years called a College Persistence Program.
Okay.
And that is our persistence. That's to make sure that they get through. So we have currently more than 1,200 young people across the country in college.
Wow.
And how do we make sure that they have the necessary tools that they need to finish college and beyond? Because we're seeing that we have to provide internship opportunities, which ultimately will lead to job opportunities.
Okay.
And so this entire level here is dedicated for our staff and our college persistence team.
Okay.
So I'll give you a tour of that here now.
Okay.
Yeah. In the process of building out a lot. We're growing into this new building that we have.
Okay.
That
Well, you've done a lot so far, so it's there's nothing to be yeah. No, this is beautiful. I'm very, very impressed. I love it. And I love what you guys are doing, because somebody has to care about this.
my mom is super unique. And they all she love. They all know her. So let's meet the founder of this program. It's making a lot of noise, not only in Detroit, but across the country. This happens to be my mom. This is Renee Fluker, the founder of the Midnight Golf.
Hi, Renee, and it's wonderful to meet you. And I absolutely love the program here. Jason has told us everything about the program, and I think this is an absolute awesome thing that you're doing for the students. And I really appreciate your work, and I want to say thank you.
Well, thank you for coming to see our building, and come back and see us when we're doing our program, which will be October. November would be in the building. October we out on the golf course.
Okay, wonderful. We will definitely be then.
Okay.
Thanks again, everyone, for watching Financial Fix with Sharnella. And if you enjoy the content on this channel, please like and subscribe. See you next time.